Vintage to Vogue's existence, which was established April 1st, 1992. And I want to give you a slight tour of Vintage to Vogue, give you some history about it, a little bit about the shop. Vintage to Vogue is a consignment boutique. We carry better label clothing, vintage clothes, contemporary clothes. Come on in and have a look. Vogue is located on this very popular road in Bethesda, Maryland. This window is viewed by hundreds of people every day. They watch my window all the time to see what I'm going to show next. I like to keep it seasonal, of course, and if there ever happens to be a President's Day or St. Patrick's Day, I like to do everything accordingly. This dress happens to be an original from the 70s, which they're copying now in the Versace ads, with all the florals and the one shoulder. I like to keep as trendy as possible. This is my garden, which I'm very proud of my garden. I do it all myself. It's pansy season now. They haven't quite taken hold. It's a little cold now. But I take care of the whole thing myself, and I'm very proud of my garden. Vintage to Vogue was all put together by my mother, Joyce, and myself. I painted everything. We painted the window boxes, painted the storefront, painted the open sign, done everything, completely family-run business. So come on in and have a look. Okay, here we are inside Vintage to Vogue Consignment Boutique. You can see it's not a very big store, but we have managed to arrange everything in an orderly fashion. I think merchandising and the way you put things together is a really important part of having a consignment shop be pleasing to the eye. We have a really wide variety of people that come in. We get young teenagers, we get career women, we get elderly women that come in mostly to bring me their treasures. So what we do is we sell the merchandise for people. I carefully select what I think can sell, and we split the proceeds 50-50. We keep the clothing for a time period of about 6 months. So let's have a look. We do carry things from cocktail wear for somebody going to a special party or something. You don't feel like going to Nordstrom's and paying $300 for a dress you're going to wear one time. So people come in here, pick out the designers that you can find at any mall, any Saks Fifth Avenue, any high-end department store. We have every label. The Gap, Ann Taylor, Calvin Klein, Donna Karan, Yves Saint Laurent, you name it. As I was saying, merchandising important. I like to keep things colorful and pleasing to the eye. I like to keep light colors together. Accessories are a big seller in our store. We sell everything from sunglasses to costume jewelry. We get sterling silver bracelets, just about everything that a woman could wear on her body from head to toe. We get hats. I want everybody to see all the hats that we have around. People use them either to wear them, or some of the funky vintage hats we actually use for decoration. People come in for interior design and buy them if they happen to be in the right color scheme. And over here is where we keep most of our jewelry. This is my desk. Also, I want myself to remember this desk. I spent 9 good years behind this desk. This is what I call the sparkle section, because we keep all our sparkly jewelry here. We get people coming in, bringing us really nice things from the 40s. People come in very regularly because this costume jewelry from the 40s, 50s, 60s, it's all really popular. They're collectible items. I mean, I could probably sell this on eBay for $100 if I were really motivated to do it. But we're asking a low, low price of $30 here at Vintage to Vogue. Accessories as well as shoes. People sometimes are a little hesitant about buying shoes, but actually we take shoes that are pretty much only new, and they're a great seller, because if you go to any shoe store, any department store, you will see how expensive shoes can be and how obsessed women are about shoes. So they buy lots of shoes. Also, another thing that's very popular are handbags, designer handbags. We get things, for instance, like this, which is from the 40s. This is an alligator bag. You can probably buy an alligator bag brand new for, I'd say, about $2,000. We have an alligator bag. It's in perfect condition, and I'm asking $65 for it. This will not last more than a day or two in the store. We also get things, this is the Christian Dior bag. It's got its certificate of authenticity inside, which is very important. People want to know that they're buying the real thing. And my designer handbags, Yves Saint Laurent, Fendi, Gucci bags, we get those along with Coach, Dooney & Bourke, 9 West, which is pretty steady, popular bags. And they sell really well. They're gone in a day, gone in 2 days, and so they're a good thing to have in the store. Come back here and have a look. This is my desk. You can just walk back and have a look there. Just so you know what we have, this is our main desk area. We tried to keep everything real low-key, no big mechanics, no big machines, just a simple calculator and a simple old-fashioned money till. Keeps the noise level down as far as making it sound really mechanical. We take Discover and, whoa, there you are. Take Discover, checks, cash of course, and if you could show my licenses please. We do require several licenses to be in business here. A resale license, license from the state, and a federal ID number of course, all required to have a shop under your name. I spent a lot of time back here. It's a small space, but it was my own. And here we have, let me get these beautiful bottles out of the way, our CD selections, which my mom actually has compiled over the last 9 years, finding them through Tower Records, the museum shop, Smithsonian, getting everything from Patsy Cline to the Andrews Sisters, Billie Holiday, everything. We play the music. I've got speakers set up in the store, and people sometimes come in just to hear the music. They come in on their lunch break, have a little relaxing time. They need to de-stress. They'll come in, do some shopping, look around, listen to some music. I keep candy on the counter. I want myself to remember the candy because the candy was very important. It's just the little things that made the shop really special. And if you want to come back, I'll show you our vintage room. A lot of people didn't realize that there was a second room back here, but we do have a second room. Okay. This is where we keep our vintage clothing. And by vintage, I don't mean ugly clothes for 15 years ago that are not saleable. What I mean are clothing that are collectible pieces from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Clothing now that they're duplicating in the stores and in the fashions because they're such classic, flattering, wearable, interesting pieces. Pieces like this from the 50s. You'd see somebody like Winona Ryder wearing something like this to a premiere. You come through here, we get a lot of pieces. Jacqueline Kennedy style pieces, the shantung with the matching jacket and dress. We get some funky 70s things, ruffled, and actually a lot of people do collect these pieces, but most of who buys these are people that want to go to a costume party or for Halloween, or they're going to a theme party. They come back here and find something to fit their party needs. We have an authentic bathing suit from the 70s, which is fun. I don't sell bathing suits normally, but this one was very cute. We keep them displayed up here nicely. Jumpsuit from the 70s, everything from a 50s, 60s style type dress. Somebody wants to look like Audrey Hepburn, they come back here and find a little black dress, very simple. Some more 70s outrageous prints. We get things like this, which I had in my window last week, and I had about 15 phone calls. The only thing is, the vintage clothes tend to be fitted a little bit differently than modern clothes, so it's a little difficult to fit them. So I usually have to price the items pretty low in order to move some of the pieces out, just because they usually need to be altered. But the quality, the look, the colors, you just don't find that anymore. So that's one example here. And here's another piece that's from the 50s. I'll get in a dancer that will come in and want something special for a scene, or a lot of the local high school groups come in and are doing a play, and they need to have, you know, Maria from the West Side Story or something. So we seem to do really well with that. And again, we have hats and display here. This case, we always like to try to change it to keep things fresh in the store. Little 40s shoes with the hearts on them. I mean, they're really cute and unique, so people really like to come in and see it. The rest of the room here is designated towards sportswear. We get raincoats and dresses if you're going to the beach, you just want to put on something. Shirts, tops, we get a lot of Ralph Lauren and Gap, and a lot of Nordstrom label pieces that come in. Banana Republic's really popular sportswear too. So this sells very well. And I'll show you now the back room, which is where we do all the work. Customers are not allowed back there, but it's where we take inventory, we change all the hangers to make sure everything's uniform in the store, and all the pricing, and we put the tickets on them. So there's a lot of work that goes into coming to this point, and it all goes on back here. So this is the work area, and these are the clothes that are either coming in or going out. The bags down here on the floor, I just want myself to remember how many bags of accessories we get. This is actually the beginning of the season. Normally you won't see an empty rack back here, but the weather's been a little cold and people haven't quite started clearing out their closets. I want myself also to remember that we get Pucci. Pucci has been the hottest designer of the last 5 years. He's famous for his colorful designs from the 60s. Pucci's now in high demand right now. This is actually another piece I could sell on the internet and probably get a really good money for if I were motivated. So here's my this is my desk where I work also, doing inventory, writing everything down, making sure everything's organized properly. Here's my picture of Renee when we met in Switzerland. There he is. This is a ticketing gun, not to be mistaken with a real gun, but we use this very often. Just remember not to stab yourself with it because it hurts. And well, I don't know if you can sort of turn around a little bit. Tight quarters back here, but you know, we pay rent on this and it's all ours, so I may as well show it to you. Back here, more racks, more clothes, hangers, everything that people wouldn't normally think of having to have, but there are actually things that we can't live without in this store. Back here is our kitchen, which we don't really use much as a kitchen, but rather more for storage space because we get so much stuff that we need to put it somewhere. So it's more important to have storage space than to have a kitchen. But we do have a little tiny refrigerator in the back there. And we do have a sink here also where we keep cleaning supplies, and it's not a very beautiful sink, but nonetheless water comes out and we can use it. This door leads to the back hallway where the bathroom is, very inconveniently located, and so it's pretty exciting. I just thought I'd mention it. And I guess that's it for back here right now. Vintage room again now, and we're almost done with our tour, but I do want to show you one more room. That's one thing that's been really fun about having this space, is that it hasn't been one gigantic room with sort of a cold warehousey feeling. It's been more little nooks and crannies and lots of little rooms that that just keep going on forever. And it's funny because people always come in and they say, oh, I've never been here before. And they say, I've got 15 minutes before I have to put money in my meter. And I think to myself, you're never going to do this store in 15 minutes. You get started, an hour and a half later, they're like, ah! And time flies at Vintage to Vogue, I'll tell you that right now. So come on back, I'll show you the dressing room. Pants, which we seem to get very many of, but yet they never seem to fit me properly, but I keep trying. Come on back here. We always have this nice display of gowns here. Catches people's eye from the back. This is a Vera Wang gown, which I'm sure you're familiar with. They go for anywhere from $700 to $2,000 to $10,000 if it's a wedding dress. And you know, a gown like this came from Neiman Marcus. It came brand new with all the tags on it. She paid $700 for it. Lost weight, couldn't wear it. So here we have it, and somebody's going to make out with a great gown for a great deal. Back here is where we have our dressing room. It's actually a dressing room that we built ourselves out of doors. These are actually doors that we put together to compile the dressing room. And it's worked out nicely. Nobody's gotten hurt. Although a few people have accidentally kicked it and banged their head, but nothing serious. And I do want to thank George, because he has built most of this for us at Vintage to Vogue. He was our handyman, whether he liked it or not. George put in a lot of time at Vintage to Vogue, doing all this work that we didn't like to do. So come look at the dressing room. We've got a nice area here. It's good enough for one person. You can sit down, have your friend waiting here while you change. We've had as many as 4 to 5 people in here on a crowded Saturday, which is not exactly the most comfortable, but nonetheless, in a special shop, people do special things under special conditions. So, you know, why not? That's one thing about Vintage to Vogue too, is that everybody comes in here, whether you're a rich woman or not a rich woman, you're snobby or you're an earthy kind of girl, everybody seems to be on the same level when they come in here. We're all friends, we're all friendly, we all like to help each other out and just have a good time, do some shopping, relax, enjoy life, and hopefully it, you know, makes the world a nicer place for those people that come in. That's sort of one of my goals also, is just to make it a nicer place for people to come visit. So I guess that's the, oh, we do have a curtain here, which we actually made ourselves. Yes, we are very handy. So we'll go right back out to the main room again here. And so this is generally Vintage to Vogue, if you want to stand there and just pan the whole store. And if you come up, I want to remember this section here because this was always my hot rack, what I called the hot rack. It has special designer pieces. We get everything from Burberry's to a Moschino plastic leather dress with studs on it. I can't wait to see who buys that. We get Versace jeans. We don't really take jeans, but I will take designer jeans. Versace jeans, Escada jeans. We have a really nice Donna Karan pantsuit. Just things like that that I always keep here. A lot of people who love the designer labels particularly come running right to this rack. We get really unusual pieces. These are deerskin fringed gloves. Now, what woman's wardrobe is not complete without a pair of fringed deerskin black gloves? It's amazing. You can find just about anything. We have gowns here. We do really good business for gowns during, we get prom season, wedding season, inauguration, homecoming. Let's see, what else is there? Well, of course, there's Christmas and New Year's, which goes without saying. So everybody's needs are fulfilled here. We have career wear. We get really nice suits from Banana Republic, Ann Taylor, Garfield and Marks. I keep things, if you want to just pan into this, just so you can see that I do keep things by color. So we go with the beiges And then we do, whoops, this one's out of order. I'll put it over here. What we call Roijibiv, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. The colors of the rainbow exactly in that order. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Keeps the store looking, and then gray and black. Keeps the store looking very organized. It's pleasing to the eye, and it all makes a difference. What we do also is we put sizing buttons. I want to remember these sizing buttons because they're a real pain in the ass to put on. But they are so worth it because our clients and our customers are really grateful for these little sizing buttons that we stick right on tops of the hangers so that you can go right to your color, you can go right to your size without kicking through and saying, oh, this is in the wrong size department. You don't have to worry about that. We keep it stress-free and easy for you. So, displays, I just have some more displays everywhere. I think it's important to change my displays about every week because I get people that come in once or twice every week, and if I keep things moving around all the time, then it's exciting in here every time. They come in and they say, oh, where's that pair of shoes? Ah, it's gone. Oh no, it's moved. You know, just keeps people on their toes so that they always feel like they have to keep coming back or else they're going to be missing something. So it's all part of the marketing and sales and everything that lead to having a successful business. And just one more display here, and we've pretty much seen everything here now. I'd like to close out by saying that Vintage to Vogue has been very good to me and to my mom. We've had so much fun doing this business together. We've had so many laughs. If you like people and you like human nature and you almost want to do a study of human nature, a place like Vintage to Vogue is perfect because you see all types of people all the time. You deal with great people, you deal with crabby people, anything in between, and it's been quite an experience. I've gotten a lot of education from this business and also a lot of fun, and I just want to thank myself for doing such a great job. And I want to thank my mom too, who I couldn't have done any of this without her either. And to end up with, I'm going to show you a few short, fun looks just to close out the video, and thank you very much. Well, once again, we'll be leaving Vintage to Vogue. Thanks so much for coming by. And the last shot of Vintage to Vogue here on April 1st, year 2001. Vintage to Vogue has been very, very good to me. Thank you very much.